You want to get to the Warriors. They're now up 2-0 on the Jazz. The fact they're doing this without their head coach, it's really even more impressive. On that front, sources are telling our Ramona Shelburne this morning, Kerr is actually across the country. Is at Duke University Medical Center today seeing another specialist about his injured back. But the headline here is just how dominant this team looks. They have never even trailed in a game this round. And CJ, I've been dying to ask you about this. Not about
what is the strategy for the fight?
No. Look, I worked on the east side of the country for most of my career. So I covered the NBA at the tail end of the Jordan era. Patrick Ewing could not sniff the finals, and it was just always felt like they were playing with the ceiling on them.
Yeah.
Right now in the East, LeBron James is there. Those teams just feel like whatever they do, they can't even sniff. Forget winning a championship. You can't even sniff the finals. You got a wall and a ceiling over you. In the West now, I know it's not one guy, but what does it feel like to play in the West? You have Damian, you have this great team, you have a great coach, and then there's the ceiling of the Warriors right now. 2 MVPs, 2 other All-Stars.
Aware of them, but I think it starts internally. We have to do a better job of putting ourselves in position to succeed earlier in the season, so we're not facing them in the first round. So we're not 10, 11 games under 500, catching a fresh Warrior team. Dan and I talked briefly about it last night, just talking about our roster and how we can get better as individuals, and I think that's a step in the right direction. But they're a good team. There's no avoiding them. I'm not running from nobody. I was never built that way. I didn't get here running from people, but understand that there's a way to go about approaching the season. And as we continue to get better, you don't want to play the #1 seed in the first round.
No, I mean, look, man, I can't even watch, this series. It's so boring. I love Katie. But man, he made it tough to watch because it's so easy for these guys. It's just sweeping through the Western Conference now. Maybe they'll get a little challenge in the Western Conference Finals, but I mean, this series right now is just not even fun to watch.
Rachel sent me a text yesterday that said, same thing. Series is boring. How do we make it more fun? And I said, what are you going to do? You're going to tell them to be unsuccessful?
My point was, I think everyone up here are big advocates for player agency, right? Having free agency, having agency over your own career. I don't think there's a single person at this table who would say, oh, players should have to stay with their teams they're drafted to. We think you guys deserve to determine your own destiny. In that context, how do you not have this kind of system anymore? And I know it was a weird cap year.
That's what I'm saying. And by the way, it all starts with Steph Curry makes $11 million a year. It starts there. It's not something that just happens.
But it doesn't make when I see Tracy's messaging, this is the most boring game I've ever seen. So there you go. And it's hard for you guys. I mean, I look at your team and what you guys have and are building and that the Warriors storm
the bar
cloud
set
ceiling,
high, man.
It's a lot.